You keep crushing deadlines, fixing fires, delivering results. And they promote someone else to director. Here is why. You just watched someone with half your technical skills get promoted to director. They joined 2 years after you. Their code reviews were mediocre at best. But there they are, leading a department of 40 people while you're still stuck in sprint planning. That promotion wasn't luck, and it wasn't office politics either. What got them there is a specific shift that most senior managers and principal engineers never make. Today I'm walking you through the exact phases that separate people who plateau at senior manager from those who actually break into the director level in IT. The first phase catches most people completely off guard. Getting to director is not about becoming more technical. Every person I've seen stall at the senior manager level shared the same blind spot: they kept solving problems themselves instead of building systems that solve problems without them. A director at Amazon once told me something that rewired how I think about career growth. She said, "I stopped being the person with answers and became the person who built teams that found better answers than I ever could." That distinction matters more than any certification or architecture skill you'll ever develop. Start delegating not just tasks, but real decisions to your leads. Let them make calls you disagree with, as long as the downside risk stays contained. When your team delivers strong results while you've been on vacation for 2 full weeks, that's the signal you're looking for. You've built something that runs without your daily involvement. VPs don't promote individual contributors who happen to manage people. They promote people who create organizational leverage. That's what opens the door to director. Most IT professionals hit an invisible wall during this next phase. Directors sit in rooms where the conversation centers on revenue, margin, customer retention, and competitive positioning. If you can only talk about system uptime and deployment frequency, you'll get politely nodded at and then completely ignored when real decisions get made. Study how your company actually makes money, not the mission statement version, but the real mechanics. Understand the sales cycle, customer acquisition cost, and where competitive pressure actually comes from. When you propose a platform migration, try framing it this way: this reduces our time to market by 3 weeks, which means we capture the seasonal demand we've been losing to competitors. Compare that to saying this improves our CI/CD pipeline throughput by 15%. Same project, completely different conversation. McKinsey's research on technology leadership consistently shows that IT leaders who frame their work and business outcomes advance into executive roles significantly faster than peers with purely technical narratives. Read your company's most recent earnings call transcript this week. Ask to sit in on a sales team stand-up. Have your finance business partner walk you through the department P&L? Every one of those conversations will feel uncomfortable, and that discomfort is exactly how you know you're growing in the right direction. Nobody explains this part to you directly, but director-level promotions are rarely decided by your immediate manager alone. In most organizations, there's a calibration meeting where VPs and sometimes the CTO review a short list of candidates together. If nobody in that room has personally witnessed your work and your judgment, your name dies quietly in that conversation, no matter how strong your performance reviews look on paper. Volunteer for cross-functional initiatives where senior leaders participate actively. Present your team's results at the quarterly business review yourself instead of letting your manager summarize everything. Offer to lead the vendor evaluation or strategic assessment that a senior executive specifically requested. This isn't playing politics. This is making your track record visible to the people who actually hold the pen on promotion decisions. The most qualified candidate doesn't always get the director role. The most qualified candidate that decision-makers have personally seen in action gets the role. Understanding that distinction honestly changed everything about how I approached my own career growth. Directors are expected to manage through ambiguity, own real budgets, and navigate organizational risk on a regular basis. If your entire track record shows clean, neatly scoped project delivery, you haven't yet demonstrated you can handle the messy reality that comes with senior leadership. Raise your hand for the troubled project that nobody wants to touch. Take over the team struggling with attrition that everyone pretends isn't a problem. Propose a new initiative that needs executive sign-off and a budget larger than anything you've managed before. A close friend of mine made the leap from senior engineering manager to director at Microsoft specifically because she volunteered to rescue a failing infrastructure migration that 2 previous managers had already abandoned. She didn't fix everything overnight, but she stopped the bleeding, built a realistic and honest recovery plan, and communicated transparently with stakeholders every single week. That one decision demonstrated more director readiness than her 5 previous successful product launches combined. At this level, your comfort with discomfort becomes the real currency that separates you from every other qualified candidate. So here's what I want you to do before you close this video. Open your calendar and find one meeting this week where someone at least 2 levels above you will be in the room. Prepare one specific insight about how your team's current work connects to a real business outcome, not a technical metric, an actual business result that leadership cares about. Share it in that meeting, even if your voice shakes a little doing it. That single moment starts building exactly the pattern of visibility and business fluency that gets you noticed for director-level roles. The jump to director isn't one dramatic promotion that happens overnight. It's a series of small, deliberate shifts in how you think, how you communicate, and how you show up every single day. Start this week. You are closer than you realize. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.